Hello there everyone. With the last two episodes of the Book of Boba Fett being absolutely insane, I can't imagine that episode 7 will be any different. With all sorts of rumors and even some specific info that I recently was given, I want to bring up a very wild theory for the season finale that may sound crazy, but at this point, anything can happen. But before we get into it, hit like on the video or I will send federal agents to your home. Now this is a theory regarding the major possibility of Ben Solo, Luke Skywalker, Han, and Grogu all showing up within the same scene, but also the chance of Supreme Leader Snoke appearing. So before I get into my thoughts on how this would play out, I think we need to first look at where Star Wars is going, as well as some rumors that have been going around. First off, this show has been advertised many times as The Mandalorian Season 2.5, and while it didn't really feel that way up until Episode 5, Episode 6 is the one where we get two separate storylines in the same episode, and I think there is a reason for that. I think those are all going to come together in the season finale. Next off, it's important to remember that almost all of the previous Star Wars projects have had a huge tie into cloning of some type. It all started with Grogu in The Mandalorian Season 1 and what the Empire really needed him for. Then, in The Bad Batch, we get Mount Tantus on Wayland. Then, in Mandalorian Season 2, we have what I would consider to be an early Snoke clone creation, along with his literal theme song from The Force Awakens being played during this scene. Not just this, but Moff Gideon also claims that Grogu has the blood that can bring true order back to the galaxy. It's clear what all of these aspects are leading into, so my question is, what about the Book of Boba Fett? If this is a continuation of the Mandalorian series and the overall Mandoverse, then surely there is a huge chance of having a major tie-in like this in the Book of Boba Fett. So for this tie-in, I believe Supreme Leader Snoke has a slight chance of making his way in this. Now let me explain, because I'm going to be connecting a lot of dots here in this video. Now I will say, I'm going to be discussing some information that I recently heard, and I want to make it clear this is not me saying, oh look at me guys, I have Star Wars leaks. No. This is just me saying that I talk to people, I talk to a lot of people, and some of those people know things, and sometimes they like to share those things that they know with me. It's simple as that. I'm not saying any of this is confirmed or true or false. This is just what I have heard. So with that out of the way, basically what I heard is that there's a big chance a major villain will be revealed at the end of episode 7. And also, this villain will not be Kira, which is unfortunate because I know a lot of people were hoping for her. So given this information is true, who would the villain be? And well, we have a ton of options, let's be real. But considering these next pieces of info, I am subtly inclined to think that there is a possibility of it being Snoke. And so the main rumor comes from a user named Viewer Anonymous, who I'm sure many of you know on Twitter as well as other social platforms. This person has a large track record of getting scoops and leaks from all sorts of media, right, including Star Wars. And to start, about a month ago, about 25-ish days ago, he inferred that there will be a very important sequel trilogy connection at the end of Boba Fett, which is in response to some goofball claiming the sequels are once again going to be deleted. Yeah, I wonder how that turned out. And while I always assumed this connection was in episode 6 with the start of Luke Skywalker's Jedi Academy, Viewer Anonymous does confirm that this is not the case. He says this, he says, and for people asking, no, the sequel trilogy connection I said I'd heard about was not the start of Luke's Jedi Academy. So with these two pieces of information, can you really blame me for putting 2 and 2 together? If there's a major villain to be revealed at the end as I heard, as well as there being a major sequel trilogy connection, the one that combines the two is Snoke. So with that out of the way, I want to get on to Han and Ben Solo. And now this is possible spoilers ahead, maybe. There's been a ton of talk about these two characters showing up at the end of the show. Lots of leakers, lots of media reporters have said that they heard these two characters were going to be showing up. And what I think is going to happen, now granted this is just a prediction based off of rumors and current information we have, is that Grogu has made his choice of going back to Djarin. That is the choice he made. And I think at this point it's very obvious that that is what he's going to choose. And because of this, the end of the episode will be Luke Skywalker meeting up with Djarin at some location, maybe Takodana or something, I don't really know. But with Luke is Ben and Han Solo. Now my question is, why are Ben and Han there? I really don't have a justified reason at the moment. Right now, I'm just gonna go with they simply wanted to see the little guy Grogu before he got sent back with Din. Honestly, I can really see Ben Solo really wanting to see Baby Yoda. Anyways, Luke and his friends are awaiting Din, and during this time, this could be where we see the first time where Snoke enters Ben Solo's head and would be the start of Palpatine's manipulation tactic. Ben would be around, I want to say 4 or 5 years old at the time of Boba Fett, and in the Star Wars comic The Rise of Kylo Ren Chapter 2, we are shown in a flashback scene that Snoke has already been tormenting and messing with Ben's mind, even at a young age. So I believe that this has been going on for many years even before this. Perhaps Han Solo can even bring Luke over to the side in private because he really needed to see him and really talk to him, and Han would explain to him what has been going on with his son Ben and that he's extremely strong with the Force, but his emotions have started shifting drastically recently, and most important that he needs help and Han just doesn't know what to do. So of course he's going to reach out to Luke, who's a Jedi. And seeing this at the end of the finale would bring even more emotion to the events that unfold in the sequel trilogy. But with everything, this is of course again just wild speculation and me connecting dots of things that I've heard about the episode as well as information that other people have put out. I really do think the sequel trilogy connection that Anonymous is referring to has to do with Ben Solo, which you could argue could possibly be setting up a Luke Skywalker Academy show. Maybe this is the Tales of the Jedi product that was leaked about a month ago or so. Only time will tell, but I made an entire video on that if you guys want to check it out. But with that said, guys, what do you think about my absolutely insane theory? Maybe this is just me hoping that we get this major sequel connection, but honestly, I can't say this isn't possible. I mean, the fact that we got what we got in the latest episode, I mean, who would have guessed that we would see Luke Skywalker training Grogu for half of an entire episode of Book of Boba Fett? It doesn't really make sense, it's kind of insane. So with that same logic, I am putting on with this theory. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you all so much for watching to the end. Again, if you would, just please leave a like on it. It really does help out the channel a lot. Comment down below your thoughts. And if you are new, why don't you go ahead and subscribe for more Star Wars news, theories, updates, and more. And I'll hopefully see you in the next one.